There's one more type that I feel like I need to show you, and a histogram looks like a bar chart, kind of feels like a bar chart, but a histogram, instead of totaling values, it counts the number of things. So I'm going to use a slightly different data set for my histogram, and that data set is people, places, and pets. And that data set has a column for name, age, city, state, and number of pets. And this data set has 400 rows of data. So it's a little bit larger. But in a histogram, I want to count things, basically the frequency of things in a category. So for the histogram example, what I want to show you is the total people from each state. And let's make that nice and tall too. But a histogram says, I'm going to use state as the category. And so it's going to count. Notice there's not an X and a Y in a histogram. There's just one variable, and that is the category variable. So it's going to say how many people are in from each state out of that 400. So I'm going to use state for the color. Again, all of these are optional. Even the color variable is optional. So if I just have this is the histogram I get, which is kind of boring. So I like the one I did first a lot better. I think it looks a lot nicer, and it has a little key over here and all that stuff. Pretty colors. But now you can see for each state represented, all the way from Wyoming to Arkansas or Alaska. Yeah, Alaska. We're good. And you can see here that they alphabetize the states. I could sort this by the number of people if I wanted to, but I kind of like it in order of state, so I can see each state individually, and that's the number of people from each state. So that's the difference between a histogram and a bar chart. With the bar chart in the Sharks and Ice Cream, we weren't counting the number of people, we were totaling. So we were taking Miami and we were counting all of the totals for each year or we were totaling those numbers for each year. And in this one, we are actually counting people, counting the number of people from each state. So it's a slightly different idea, but it looks very similar. People often confuse a bar chart and a histogram. So